talking about today. My grown-up Christmas list, wow, love would be right on the top of it for sure. If we could actually call that forth, wouldn't that be awesome? Sit on Santa's knee again and get everything we want? Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'd have more than that on our list, but there we go. We certainly have love as part of our desire, because love is the thing that really sustains us through the thick and the thin parts of life. Isn't that the truth? And this is the time of the year when we have an opportunity. We're focusing on the holidays, holy days, this miraculous possibility to make it through this season of the year in a way that leaves us feeling whole, that makes us feeling connected and loved and filled with light. And that's not always easy, because you know, they say that if you want to see how well you're doing in your spiritual walk in the world, just go visit your family for the holidays. Spend a little time with family and you know how you're doing. Yeah, so we all need this to center ourselves in this place of love and pay attention. That's why here at Common Ground we take the opportunity to honor the Christian tradition of Advent, to bring forth those qualities of this season where we have an opportunity to focus on hope and love and peace and joy and all those divine qualities that make life a little bit nicer, that make life a little bit easier to live. And so today we're focusing on love. Thank you, Marcia. I loved the reading this morning. Thank you, Sharon, for lighting the candles. Hope and love are burning bright here today. And so this idea, I love what Marianne Williamson says about the holidays. She says, once we recognize the real power of holidays, we begin to approach them with a deeper devotion. We all have an opportunity this time of the year, not only in Orange County, because primarily we have this Christian Judaic tradition that supports this idea during December, but really many parts of the world. We're sort of united in this energy of love. She says, once we recognize the real power of holidays, we begin to approach them with a deeper devotion. A holiday is a holy day, and holiness doesn't just happen to us. Holiness is a choice that we make. Love is a choice that we make. We get to choose how things show up for us, you see. We get to pay attention to the things that matter most to us, and this is the time of the year when we all come together and sort of have a group consciousness or a group agreement that, yeah, let's focus on love and light and joy, joy to the world this time of year, so that we can bring a little more of that forth in our daily walk. This one time of the year, we're all sort of in agreement about what we'd like to see. That's why all of these songs that we invite into the holidays talk so much about love, about warmth, chestnuts roasting on the open fire. This idea of, bringing this forth, the children singing in this opening video, Christmas time. The time when we bring forth this love willingly. It's always there. We're never without it. But sometimes we just don't remember to let it shine forth. Isn't that the truth? This longing that we have to find warmth and love and belonging and a sense of connection, not only with each other, but with life itself. Because a lot of us feel disenfranchised. A lot of us are frozen in our experience of life. We're not flourishing. We're not feeling that warmth, you see. So when we come together in this season, we remember the truth. And the truth is, if only for this one season, the truth is that there is love enough for everybody. And we have the capacity to bring forth that love in our own walk in the world by choice. You see, holiness is a choice. Love is a choice. We get to choose how we show up. I love one of our authors. Remember, actually this is Llewellyn Van Lee, the Sufi teacher, Sufi master. He says, there is a song of love in every heart. We need to know that we are loved, and we need to love in return. This whole idea of love. Love is not just some gooey Valentine thing. Love is a deep quality of the divine that we all have within us to bring forth. We show our love through the way we look at people. We show our love through the way we listen to people. We show our love through the way we touch people, through the way we are with people. There's a lot of difference between a, quote, cold shoulder and a loving energy. We all know the difference. And when we are feeling a sense of love, we know it, don't we? It feels different than anger. It feels different than fear. It feels different than some of these other qualities. Love is a unique quality, and it's a choice. It's a holy quality. And so during this time of year, there's a lot of discussion, a lot of songs, a lot of energy. It's one of the busiest times of the year for travel. You know why? People want to go home. People want to go home during the holidays. I'll be home for Christmas, where the love light gleams. Yeah. That energy that we remember, where we're included, where we're embraced. The sort of the Christmas tree fantasy of life. It doesn't always show up that way, though, does it? That's why my beginning statement, if you want to, think you're really spiritual, go home. Go home and spend some time with your family. See Joy laughing over there. She knows. She knows. But we all want to be where the home fires burn. We all want to be where it's not so doggone cold and harsh. We want to be embraced by this loving energy, this holding environment that A.H. Almas talks about, this secure place where we're welcome no matter what. So, some of us, now I happen to be one of the lucky ones because I have a safe, secure, loving home environment that I can return to. Not everybody's out lucky for many reasons. We are a mobile society, we move, people are distanced from one another. Things happen. Is this true? A lot of people we have people in our community who are the sole living members of their family. They don't have anybody. You see, we want to have this place where we know that we are seen, where we're welcome no matter what, no matter who we are or how our life has shown up, right? Where people see us for who we really are. And when we can find that sacred place where we are seen for who we are, it's easier for us to remember the source of our being, the truth of who we really are. To not focus on all the icky stuff that's gone on before. See, we're not that, and really no one else is either. And this is the trick when we go home, right? And see our families. Nobody else is all that icky stuff either, because don't we have stories? Don't we have big stories about other people? About situations? Other people are not that either. We're all doing the best that we can in the moment. If we could have done it different, we would have. So we got to give ourselves permission to be human, And when we come together and we recognize this holy spark of the divine, that we are this spark of love, guess what? There is a wholeness about the experience. There's no little me and there's no little you. We are all perfect and we're whole and we're big, big love. There's a big, big love. So how do we do this? How do we find this safe, warm place in this cold world? Anybody got a cold world going on? Anybody got anything too frustrating going on? Anybody got health challenges that feel a little bit frigid around the edges? Anybody have relationships that aren't working quite right? Yeah. Everybody's got something going on. Like Father Leo says, we're all recovering from something. Isn't that the truth? We're all recovering from some darn thing. So we got to find a practice. I love the metaphor that Thich Nhat Hanh talks about. When the world's harsh, when the storm's out there, when it's cold, when things are not feeling real warm and fuzzy and friendly, the first thing we got to do is find the safe place. Maybe for you the safe place is here. Maybe this is where you get filled up with the warmth and the love and the kindness and the energy to go back out into the world. I know that's the truth for some of you. If you're a 12-stepper, maybe it's one of your home meetings. Many of you have that as a path. Maybe they go see you, Miriam. Maybe they go to their therapist. Yeah? You got to find a safe place where you know who you are and you find that energy. So Thich Nhat Hanh says, when the storms are swirling around and the big rain comes and you're out taking a walk and all of a sudden you're totally engulfed in the storm, the first thing you do is go back to your safe place. Go back home. And if that place is all blown apart, you shut the windows, light the fire, and in this case, remember who you are, or have somebody that you love and that you trust remind you of who you are. You get the warmth going first. You light the fire under the tea. You calm down a little bit, and then you take care of business. Then you figure out what the wreckage is. But first you light the fire and get warm. That's number one. First you find a place of love. Some of us really do need to thaw out because life has been hard. Some of us have to remember who we are. Sometimes we want to bring forth love, we want to feel love, and for some reason we are not willing to let love in or out. Does anybody relate to that? I see Miriam. Miriam is a therapist. She knows. A lot of us block love coming in or going out. Is that the truth? Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes we're so guarded. And you know why we get guarded? We don't want to get hurt. We don't want anybody to hurt us, so we just stay real guarded, and we just don't let too much in, and we don't let it out. We just stay, sort of that frozen flat. We stay frozen flat. But you know what? If we wait for the exact moment in time when it's safe, it's not going to happen. We have to take the responsibility to light the fire ourselves and go ahead and let that love out. Let that love in. We have to do that for ourselves, you see. To make the idea of love the organizing principle of our entire life journey. To make everything we do be about that. And when I say love, I'm not talking about romantic love. I'm talking about kindness and compassion and care. I'm talking about those qualities, just tending to one another in a tender way. And letting that in. See, a lot of us know how to let it out. We don't want to let it in. We don't want to let it in. Too scary. And this is the deal. There's never not enough love. We are love. We are filled with all the love that God is, or whatever you call that energy. Call it whatever you want. My son David, when he got sober, Elvis. Call it whatever you want. You can call God whatever you want. Whatever you want to call it. There's never not enough of that to go around. We are filled with that energy. It cannot go away. So even if we think we can't love or we think there's no love for us, guess what? Love anyway. Let it in anyway. Love without agenda. Not reserved for just some folks, but for everybody, for the whole world. Like Mike, going to the armory to serve. Linda and I, for many years, went to the armory to serve. Many of you serve at the armory. There is tremendous love in care and compassion in serving people so they don't have to sleep on the streets in 39-degree weather. So they have a hot meal and a safe, warm place to sleep. The Buddha taught that if our hearts are full of love, then the way we manifest our life experience is also filled with love. We have a loving attitude. We're caring, we're compassionate, we're kind. We listen to each other. We see each other, really see each other. Not just what we're wearing or what kind of work we do or what color our hair is today, Sherry, with pink hair over there. We see beyond that. We see to the depth and the core of the person. And when we do that, we allow this warmth of the season, this warmth of Christmas, this warmth of who we really are to actually be part of our experience and to let that in. And when we do that, guess what? That's the holiness. That's the place where God is, or Elvis, or whoever, whatever you want to call it. So here's your invitation. Choose love. Choose holiness. Choose, I hear a lot of people say, I don't have the Christmas spirit. Well, okay, choose holiness. Choose love, and maybe Christmas spirit will follow. Choose anyway. Love anyway. Be present anyway, no matter what. See, it's our responsibility to take action to let that love be present through who we are in the world, and then to open ourselves enough to allow that love to come back returned. Amazing. Don't wait for somebody else. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. Love your song. My grown-up Christmas list. That love will never end, and that is an absolute, especially this time of year. Thank you for listening.